Hello. Let me move the mic. Yeah. That's good. Can everyone hear me alright? I see we've got 24 viewers. I'm not sure who's in chat. Or if anyone's in chat. There we go. Hey, Zach. So, yeah, this is like a random Wednesday stream, which we don't do, but I had plans which changed, and so I figured why not do some studying. I'm planning on taking the Portswigger Web Academy exam thing at some point. So I figured I'd do some on stream. Let me switch across to my live screen. There we go. I noticed, I don't know why I didn't know about this, but they have a file upload vulnerabilities section now, which I've not done. So I figured I'll work through those live on stream and we'll see how far we get. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for, but yeah, we'll see how we go. And if we get bored with that, I guess we can try something else. As you can see, I've completed a lot of these. Most of the practitioner stuff, I think. Yeah, so like most of the way there. A lot of their practitioner stuff is just really annoying though. So let's go for this one. So this is going to be basic. It's apprentice level, so effectively just uploading a shell, a PHP web shell. But what we'll do is we'll go to burp, add this to the scope. No, that's fine. Okay. Load that. Let's read the task. The lab contains a vulnerable image upload function. It doesn't perform any validation on files users upload before storing them on the server's file system. Dissolve the lab, upload a basic PHP web shell, and use it to exfiltrate the contents of the file. Okay, that's easy enough. Burp Pro is a yearly payment. Where is it? Yeah, it's $399 a year per user. Yeah. So I mean, if you do bug bounty hunting, $400 a year for the tool that you'll be using the most is not bad at all. If you're obviously doing pen testing professionally, your company should be paying for it anyway. Okay. Image upload function. Did they give us credentials? Yeah. Okay. Let's go here. Wiener and pizza. Alright, so here it is. The image upload. Let's choose just a random JPEG to upload. Okay, the file avatars/jpd.jpg has been uploaded, which means presumably it's in that directory. Always good, always worthwhile verifying. No, so it's not there. Is it in my account? Oh, okay, so otherwise we can just figure out where it is by right-clicking, open image in new tab. Files/avatars/jpd.jpg. Okay. So what we can do, I'm guessing, the easiest thing is to go here, find the post request, which did the upload, send that to repeater, and then here's all the lovely file contents. So we'll nuke that. And yeah, there we go. Okay, everything's gone. Rename this cmd.php, and then we'll just stick a basic shell in there. So we'll do echo shell underscore exec $_ get cmd, close the parentheses, semicolon, and close it off. I think that should work. Yep, avatars cmd.php has been uploaded. So if we go here and do cmd.php $cmd equals ID. That didn't work. Can I just do ls? Nope. Is it just wanting us? I think it just wants us to cat the file. Maybe it's entirely possible you're only allowed to execute cat. No, okay. Why is that not working? About a basic PHP workshop. Let me just see the. Do they give an example of one? Maybe they just disabled the. It might be that they disabled shell underscore exec. So let's use what they wanted here, I guess. They're using system. Alright, so we'll use system. So we'll use cmd2.php. Instead of shell underscore exec, we'll use system. There we go. That should work. Okay. Now let's try ID with cmd2. Nope. Interesting. I mean, maybe they just want this. We just want to extract one file. It did say upload a web shell though, didn't it? You upload a basic PHP web shell. Alright, we'll do this instead. So I'll just do file.php now. And we only want this file. So stick that in there. Okay. Alright, if this doesn't work. File.php. There we go. Okay, so when they said web shell, I'm not entirely sure they meant an actual web shell. Of course, we could just I'm just trying to think. We can't really use MSF Venom. MSF Venom has a great way of using multiple ways to execute code. We could use exec. We could try spawning a process, but honestly at this stage we can probably get to it in the next lab. Mr. Long Pig, not to trigger anyone, but what is your thoughts on the Burp versus Zap debate? I really like Zap, prefer the GUI of Burp, but functionality wise Zap seems to tick all the boxes. Yeah, so I mean my standing is I don't like Zap. But I use Burp Pro. I'm kind of with you on the GUI thing. Yeah, the Burp GUI is just nice. Even though it's just tab invasion. I like that. I don't know why. If you're talking functionality-wise, obviously Zap is better than Burp Community. Because Burp Community is just nuked completely. Intruder is pretty much the best tool in Burp. And Intruder in Community is it just sucks. So you're forced to use Turbo Intruder. which is an extension which requires you just code Python for everything, which is just nasty. However, Burp Pro is just way better than Zap, just hands down. It's got tons of functionality, way more functionality than Zap. So yeah, that's my take on it. Okay, what else we got? So we did that one. Web shell via content type restriction bypass. All right. Lab contains a vulnerable image upload function. It attempts to prevent users from uploading unexpected file types, but relies on checking user controllable inputs. Okay, so this one also should be pretty easy. I wonder if they actually want... They probably just want us to use the same freaking thing. So, hang on. Yeah, so we'll go here. We'll do this in this window. Okay. Presume that's the credentials they want. So again, if we just upload the random JPEG file, I imagine all we do is effectively the same thing. It's just using this content type. So let's get rid of all that. Okay. What was the file they wanted? Same file. I'm wondering if this is just going to be the same solution. And I wonder if I just did the first one more complicated than I should have. So we'll do file.php again. Yeah, it's been uploaded. Okay. So files, avatars, file.php. Yeah. I guess so the way we were supposed to do the previous one was actually choose a PHP file because if you choose a PHP file, for instance, let's just choose this one. Actually, no, this one, sorry. And click upload, it's going to say, yeah, this isn't allowed. It's because the browser adds the content type header, which is set to application/xphp. Okay, and so that's how it's detecting whether this is an image or not, which is obviously bad because you can just change it like we did. Well, rather, we didn't change it, but we uploaded an image and then just repeated it, used the image content type, and just replaced the content, and obviously rename the file. So that's how that one does. So pretty much exactly the same as the way we did it before. I just did the lab wrong, I guess. Okay. Web shell upload via path traversal. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Load that in that window. Service configured to prevent execution of user-supplied files, but this restriction can be exploited. Can be bypassed by exploiting a secondary vulnerability. Okay, let's do this one. I can imagine what's going to happen this time now. So actually, let's create my downloads file. We'll do cmd.php. Well, I guess maybe we'll just echo test. This will be our test file. Move downloads cmd to downloads test.php. Alright, and then what we'll do, we'll upload from downloads test.php. Alright, so that uploaded. But if we now go to files, avatars, test PHP, you see you get this. Hey Mayor, thank you for the subscription. So we get this, which means even though this is a PHP app, you can turn off PHP rendering for specific directories. I actually have this on my own web server on Kali. So if I go into var www, you see I have a bunch of stuff here, but I have PHP no exec. If we go into PHP no exec and list, you see I have PHP info.php. If I cat that, it just does this. So why do I have this? Well, this is an Apache server that has PHP enabled. And if I want to do remote file inclusion, right, that's where you get a PHP application to include a remote file and execute it. If you were to just write a PHP file on your Apache web server, then when the web server reaches out to grab the PHP file to include, it's going to execute on your system, and then the contents, like the output, so in this case, my PHP info, is going to be reflected back on their application. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you include the actual text of the PHP file, which you can do by just modifying that. You could put .txt instead of .php. However, there are some, obviously, cases where a file, a web server or web application will want .php at the end. So in this case, what I did, if I go to Etsy, Apache 2, sites available, 000 default. Here we go. If we look at lines 23 through 26, I've defined a directory, var php no exec. I've just passed it the php underscore value engine off. Okay? And allow override none. So effectively, there's no way that PHP code in this directory can get executed. All right, even though for the rest of the server it's turned on. So that's how that works. So I mean, I guess I could give an example. If I copy this PHP info file back to the root directory, and I go to localhost / php info.php. There you go, executes. Now if I go into PHP no exec, obviously it's going to be commented out because PHP appears as comments. Same file, but depending on where it is on my web server, it will either execute the PHP or it won't. So that's effectively what's happening here. So we need to bypass this. We need to put this in a directory we know or we guess can execute. So let's send this request to repeater. So there's really only one place we can file this here, which is this file name. So I'm imagining if we just start with doing .. which basically means don't put it in the directory you're going to put it in the directory above, the parent directory. So if we do that, so it says the file avatars test has been uploaded, but I imagine now it's actually in the files directory instead of the avatars directory. It is not. Okay. Interesting. It did say there was another function we could abuse, so I wonder if that was it. No. Alright, maybe we get up twice. Try that. Not found. Interesting. Let's go back to the... Maybe the documentation had an example. Preventing file, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Often use the file name. Yeah. I wonder. I mean, the file name is working because it is actually creating a file. It's just not executing the code. Sorry, it's not creating a file. It is saving the file name though. Yeah, absolute path might do it. We can take a guess. It's var dub dub dub. Which it's not. It also could be var dub 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 HTML. But the thing did say directory traversal, which makes me think. So I guess we could possibly do basically dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash, just a lot of them, and then var dub dub dub. No. Interesting. This is the right. Yeah, okay, it's the right one. I wonder if there's anything else. Ah! There's a comment. Right, so it might be in the comment. So let's do test.php. We'll do test at test. Post comment. Did that do anything? It did not. Why didn't it? I'll just click upload, I guess. Missing parameter. Alright, so I think this is the way in. So we were just exploring the wrong thing here. Let's just try uploading a JPEG. So we leave a comment, we'll put a name. Upload, missing parameter. What's missing? See if something reflects in the comments. I doubt it for this one. I'm just trying to even get it to make this request valid. Let's just try leaving a comment anyway. Yeah, that's not. Is that giving an error? No errors. So the post comment thing does not work. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to my account. Let's upload a valid image. So we'll upload this one again. Back to my account. Now we have a valid image. Now let's go back to the post. Okay. How is this stored? Okay. Now can we just make a... Come on, scroll down. Yeah, the post comment is broken. I guess we could try uploading a JPEG there. Missing parameter. Okay, so what we can do, since it's a missing parameter, we can use param miner to guess multi-part parameters, which is what we want here. Which I'm imagining is the way they want us to do it. That would be weird though. So we get a sitemap is E7. So what param miner does is it will fire off at least it should. It's not working right now, I guess. Hang on. Param miner output. Action is supported for this parameter pipes. Come on. Oh, hang on. No, that's not the right thing. It should be multi-part parameters. This is a weird one. It's entirely possible also we're still looking in the wrong location. And it is this my account thing. Because it just specifies a vulnerable image upload. It doesn't actually say where it is. Okay, I wonder if instead of this, maybe it's not taking the file name from here, but instead we can use a file name parameter. So if I just copy this, paste it in there, and change that to file name, and then do /test, test.php, that potentially might be a way to do it. If that's not it, we'll try it in the other form. So it would be in files. Right, okay. Let's try it in the other form that we had to post a comment. Actually, yeah. All right. So I'm going to copy the PHP code again. And we'll... thank you for the follow, Legend Warrior. Alright, we'll paste that in there again. cmd.php or test.php. And we'll do the same thing again. Actually, so key thing when copying between requests, these boundaries are random. You just followed. Thank you, Offworld Beacon and Esponnavash. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Okay, so I'm going to copy this name parameter here and put it there. Change this to file name, and then we'll do test.php and see if this uploads. Missing parameter, no. Is it going to be file. Missing parameter. Thank you, VG, for the follow. Oh, what's this freaking missing parameter? I thought we were on the right track with that. For some reason, we've got the cross-site request forgery token twice. I don't know why. Any ideas, chat? This is definitely a weird one. I guess we could look at the page source and see if there's anything commented out. But I didn't think I saw anything last time. No. Which challenge is it? It is web shell upload via path traversal. The problem is there's two uploads. There's one when you leave a comment, which gives us this missing parameter. And we tried guessing the parameter, and that didn't work. There's also the regular way we have been uploading shells, which is not shells, but which is the my account avatar upload, but that doesn't work either. So I'm not entirely sure what to try, because we tried guessing. Yeah, I know. It's weird that this isn't working. And the problem is param miner, which I can guess parameters using param miner. But the multi-part isn't working. And I don't know why. It dies with these errors. I mean, yeah, it's possibly the avatar upload. The problem is when we try, where is it? Repeater. It's not liking. It's not liking what we do here. Yeah. I wonder if there's anything listed in the avatars directory. That's an interesting one. What? What? What happened there? I tried to go to files avatars and it redirects to another hostname. That's bizarre. Oh, hang on. You should also know that even though you may send all your requests to the same domain name, this often points to a reverse proxy server of some kind, such as a load balancer. I'm not entirely... Anyone finish the full course? I haven't yet. I'm still working through them. But yeah, you do need pro. I wonder if this is something. But I'm not entirely sure how we exploit it. This is definitely weird. I honestly thought this one would be as straightforward as just doing directory traversal, but name equals avatar. Yeah. I mean, I doubt it, but we can try. Now we're uploading a file, yeah. You might be able to mimic the collaborator function. I'm not even sure there is a I mean, usually in Burp, they tell you when you need to use the collaborator server, and this one doesn't. In fact, they always tell you when you need to use the collaborator server. I don't think name equals avatar is the thing. This I added. Oh, jeez. File name makes sense. I wonder if... Okay. Maybe that... Okay, right. So the clue was in this. The clue is in here. So it's being, this parameter is actually being sent again. So if you URL encode it, it gets decoded by the server at the back end and then it uses it. So yeah, if you just encode the /, it worked. So you see we get the test. All right, so now we can actually solve it. That one was weird, I guess. Usually, when you're in multi-part stuff and you're in quotes like this, you don't need to URL encode. I think this has to do with the fact that there's multiple servers at the back end handling it. So you have to encode it. All right, what was the file we want to extract? It's the same one. So if we just do this, and we'll do file.php, and I mean, we don't need this anymore. The mayor, thank you. 5 subs gifted. So who have we got? Just a Guy, Lone Johnny, Berry Dweena, Green Spock, sorry, and Bellicoso. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's solve this lab file. There we go. There's the file. Submit solution. Does everyone understand what we did there in the end? I realized that was a bit long-winded because I found two upload pages. But in the end, yeah, it's an encoding issue. which again, a lot of the time doesn't matter. I'm guessing what's happening is they're passing this between applications, and so the encoding might have to matter there. All right, let's continue. We did that one. All right, extension blacklist bypass. Certain file extensions are blacklisted, but this defense can be bypassed due to a fundamental flaw in the configuration of this blacklist. Alright, let's try a few. Wiener, pizza. Alright, let's try this then. So we can upload JPEGs, presumably. Yep. We cannot upload. PHP files are not allowed. Okay, let's go and send this to repeater again and try and get around this bypass. So if you send it again, you can see we got that. So obviously the one trick we can try is changing this to something like image/JPEG. Which effectively is the same thing as what we used before, image JPEG. That's about with an E. We'll change that. This isn't going to work because this was the same as the other one, right? So we can tell it's not. It's determining it's a PHP file, probably from this. Because if we upload this as a .jpeg, it gets uploaded, right? They're not doing any actual strict checking on whether this is an actual JPEG file. So what we can do, try, is see if they just detect. They're probably going to detect the PHP at the end. Yes, they are. All right. So another common trick with PHP is to put %00. That might work. Back to my account. Files, avatars. What was the file name we used? Test.jpg. Test.php. No, okay, that didn't work. What was the other one we used? Test.jpg should have uploaded though, right? Yeah, okay. Test.jpg uploaded. Which wasn't even a JPEG. It was just this PHP. Yep. Okay. So we could try something. Okay. That didn't work either. We could try changing it to PHP 5, which worked. But it doesn't render PHP 5. We could try PHP 7. Doesn't render that. We can try PHTML. There we go. Finally we got it. So Apache, which I presume this Apache server. Yep. Apache can be configured to parse different file types as PHP. So in this case, PHTML is one. And so obviously this blacklist was just trying to detect .php on its own. So again, we just need to find the secret. Nothing to do with web shells, even though they keep saying web shells. So we will go here. And paste this in here, and then change it to file.html. And there we go. There's the secret. Can you use lamp? Is there a dot lamp? I've never heard of a lamp being used for PHP. LAMP is usually the acronym for Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. It's generally just stands for that. It doesn't stand for any PHP thing. Is that what you're thinking? I mean, don't get me wrong, we can try it. But I'm pretty sure it's just the acronym. Right, lamp stack, yeah. File.lamp. Yeah, that didn't work. Hey, Hasred's hosting me. Thank you, my friend. Okay, let's move on to web shell upload via obfuscated file extension. A classic obfuscation technique. This could be interesting. Let's go back here. Obfuscating file extensions. Okay. Right, yeah, so there's a few here that we've already covered, right? Adding .jpeg. This is almost what we did before. The %00 is what we did as well. So we can try all these. There's probably also so upload test.php there. JPEG and only JPEG and PNG files. Okay, so that narrows down the scope of what we can do. Let's go to repeater. So I'll send that so we get the error message. So let's just try adding JPEG at the end. And just seeing if it even uploads. Like, because what we might have is files, avatars. Obviously we need to view the source. Right, so that didn't do anything. Let's try adding %00. So what this does is PHP can handle this. So when it does the check to see if it ends in .jpeg, it will say, okay, it does. But then when it gets written to the file system, sometimes that will cause the file system, like whatever operation actually handles the file name to write to the file system, it will just discard everything after the null byte there. So I don't think I clicked that. And that looks like it actually worked because it's returned the fact that test.php has been uploaded, not this. So I imagine this now works. Which it does. Okay, excellent. That was easier than the last one. So again, we just need to use this again. And we'll change it to file.php and upload it. File, there it is. Okay. Let's go back and submit it. Nice. Okay. Solved that one. Let's refresh. I think we solved 5, right? Remote code execution via polyglot web shell upload. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is going to use magic bytes, I presume. But we'll see. So until now, it's only been checking the name. It hasn't actually been checking the contents of the file to see if it's a JPEG. So I'm imagining what's happening now is it's actually going to check whether it's a JPEG or not. So we'll start by uploading a JPEG, which worked. We'll send this to repeater again. You see there's the JPEG. If we were to now remove this JPEG code and put like just test, there we go. File is not a valid image type. So what we want to do is put this code back and now try and upload it as a PHP file. So can we just do this? All right, we cannot just do that. Did I actually... Sorry, I'm just going to put JPEG in there again. Alright, I messed something up when I'm just going to send this again. I think I messed something up when I did that. Alright, let's try just doing this. Okay, right, yeah. So you see, jpeg.php has been uploaded. So all we had to do was change this to .php. So what does this mean? Well, it means, generally speaking, you can stick PHP code down here at the end of the file. So let's just try echo test again. And we'll rename this JPG1. And we'll see what happens when we try and visit this. Avatars. JPG1.php. Alright, that didn't actually work. What did I call it? JPG1? Okay, there we go. You see how we got the test. Let me zoom in. So remember, we sent this. We sent this PHP code, and it actually ran. So if I view the page source and line wrap and scroll down, there's test. All right, there's no PHP code, which means Apache parsed this JPEG as text, ignored all of this because this is, I say Apache, PHP did. PHP ignored all of this, but then it found actual PHP code and executes it. So this again is an easy one. So we just have the same secret. I feel like I'm going really fast now. If anyone doesn't understand what's going on, please let me know. Alright, so we'll paste that in. And we'll just change the file name to jpg2.php. Send it. There we go. And we'll change that. Line wrap. And there's the solution. Thank you for the follow. I've had quite a few follows. Quiet Side of the Moon, T-Man Taylor, and Donnie with a Q. Alright, we did that one. The next lab, the final lab, this might be tricky. Web shell upload via race conditions. Yeah, this one's expert. Okay, no guarantees we get this one, just because the expert ones, when they say expert, you have to really think. It's kind of like insane level hack the box. Sometimes. But we'll give it a go. Lab contains a vulnerable image upload function. Although it performs robust validation on any files that are uploaded, it is possible to bypass this validation entirely by exploiting a race condition in the way it processes them. To solve the lab, upload a basic PHP web shell, then use it to exfiltrate the contents of the file. I hate that it uses web shell when it's disabled all shells, as far as we're aware. Alright, let's try this. Alright, so again, we'll start off by actually uploading a file that's valid. That's fun, because that was a valid file. What? Alright, I guess what we'll do is we'll save this. That's an SVG. Is that an SVG? That's also an SVG. Alright. The site uses all SVGs. There's a JPEG. Alright, we'll save this one. Download, save, and we'll try and upload 12.jpg, I guess. Alright, that one worked. I don't know why. Alright. What happens if we just put PHP at the end? So... Alright, you see there's a delay there? I wonder... So avatars 12.jpg. So that's where it gets uploaded. Can we just do .php as well? Maybe. Alright, what I'm going to do is... we'll send our test file again. And then... what we'll do, if I, okay, so this is just a request that gets the file. Let's avatars test.php. It's obviously going to be that. So if I quickly, all right, we might have to be quicker. Where is Turbo Intruder? Let's try and use this. Okay. All right. Okay. Final bite of the request. All right, I gotta look up Turbo Intruder. Send two requests, two different requests. All right, this one. There we go, test.py. Okay. So this is gonna this test.py is gonna send 3 different requests very fast. So we don't need yeah, we don't need this. But what we do need is to send this one. We'll copy this one into here. Right? And then we'll copy our GET request into the other one. Into here. We need to obviously set the endpoint. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Python error. Oh, okay, right. You need to put one of those in for some reason. No. All right, I think. How'd you set? Set payload using Turbo Intruder. We'll try that. Oh my goodness, why did it scroll up? I'm trying to get it to frickin'. Maybe we don't need that. There we go. All right. So I think what we need to do now. It's concurrent connections too, maybe. There we go. All right. So let's go back to configure. So we had concurrent connections set to 1, which means that it's going to connect to this server. Then it's going to send this first request, wait, then it's going to send this second request, which is not what we want to do. We want to send them concurrently. All right. We still want to send this one first, but while this one is still being sent, we want to send this one. So we do that by setting concurrent connections to 2. Now, what happens? Well, when we upload this request was taking 700 milliseconds, which means something was happening on the back end. So it was processing this and figuring out whether it was a JPEG or not. However, the crucial flaw was that while it was figuring that out, it's still written the file. It writes the file first, then it figures out whether it's a JPEG. If it's a JPEG or a PNG, it keeps the file. If it's not, it deletes the file. However, since this checking whether it was a JPEG or not took 700 milliseconds, we can just grab the file in that time, right? So if we wrote echo test, right? And if I run this, you see it says this is row 0, right? This is request 0. Technically, this one did get sent beforehand. It just returned afterwards, right? But if we see this 200, we get a test back. So this is exploiting a race condition. So now we can actually solve the lab. So actually, yeah, this expert one wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Is it the same? Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Anyone not understand that? Because I get the race conditions are kind of complicated sometimes. All right, we'll stick this in and we'll grab the secret while we're at it. Alright, that didn't work. Oh, now it's not working at all. Oh, I know why. I'm an idiot. Content length isn't being updated. So I actually need to do this and then copy this entire thing. Yeah, the other thing about Turbo Intruder is it doesn't update the content length unless you ask it to, I think. Alright. Now it should work. Yeah, there we go. Get 200. There it is. Can we whiteboard it? What do you mean? Submit solution. Hooray! Alright, that's all the file upload vulnerabilities done. I guess we can have a look at the hint now. Race conditions can be difficult to understand, so, you know, I don't want to assume anything about people watching my streams. Let's look over the code, though. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so target directory is avatars. Target file just concatenates the target directory with the file name. It then moves the uploaded file from the temporary directory to the end directory. Right, so if you don't know PHP, when you upload a file using PHP, it uploads it to a temporary directory first, and then you have to move it. So, really, this shouldn't happen first. This should happen afterwards, right? So the fact they moved it to the final destination, then checked for viruses, it's in between this check viruses statement and this unlink. Unlink is the deletion, where we could send another request and quickly grab the file. So because this check viruses takes X amount of time, presumably, 600 milliseconds maybe, because it takes some time before it detects the virus or detects that it's not right. We can grab the file before it gets deleted. All right. Anyone got any requests for labs that we do? I've done a lot of these on stream before, to be honest. We can keep going with some of them. Some of these labs are tricky, though. Let me go to the topics. Learning materials? No. One that we haven't seen in a CTF, but everyone should know. I don't play CTFs that often, so if you want to suggest something. Ironically, in the last CTF I played, there was a race condition one. So... OAuth? Yeah. We could try OAuth, I guess. I really hate OAuth. Advanced topics. Here we go. I've done request smuggling on stream. I think I've done SSTI. I've definitely done OAuth on stream. I think I've done deserialization. We can try a few OAuth if people really want to. I don't think some of them are tricky, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, we sold the first 4. Well, if I'll do it if people want me to. It's just nobody's talking in chat, so. If nobody else pipes up, we'll do some OAuth. You don't have to apologize, man. You're good. I realize people put streams on in the background all the time. I do it. Okay. Screw it. Let's do OAuth. Don't ask me to explain OAuth. Alright, well, we'll explain OAuth. I guess we'll explain OAuth as we go along. OAuth, it's just chaos. It's Oh, it's not. It's an authentication mechanism. Let's stay with that, huh? All right. Hey JBiz. All right. This lab uses OAuth service to allow users to log in with their social media account. Flawed validation by the client application makes it possible for an attacker to log into other users' accounts without knowing the password. Solve a lab log into Carlos's account. You can log in with your own social media account using those credentials. Alright. So let's go back to our proxy, scroll all the way down. Alright, so this is effectively the social media site. It's supposed to be. Wiener Pizza. Alright. So allow the authorization. And now we're logged in. So let's have a look at what happened. Oh god, there was a lot. Right, here we go. So a GET request was sent to the OAuth server, including a bunch of information, token, nonces, scopes. Various things were loaded and effectively presented with the sign-in page. This was the actual sign-in, so again, still on the OAuth server. And then you get redirected back somewhere. So the post authenticates is what actually authenticates. So presumably what we need to do is we need to authenticate again, but at this stage we'll intercept it and replace email with Carlos's email and use a valid token. Alright, so let's turn the intercept on. Well, actually, let's log out first. Alright, intercept off, intercept on. Go into my account. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. So because we're already authenticated via OAuth, it's just going to do all this automatically. So I'm presuming the faulty logic here is it's checking the token as valid, but not checking whether it's actually valid for these accounts. I would imagine. Yeah, there we go. That was it. So effectively, this is a token it knows is valid. It just doesn't verify that it's valid for that single account. Forced OAuth profile linking. Slack gives you the option to attach social media profile to your account so you can log in via OAuth instead of using a normal username and password. Due to the insecure implementation of the OAuth flow by the client application, an attacker can manipulate this functionality to obtain access to other users' accounts. Sorry for the spam. I was thinking the message was not sent. I didn't even see spam, to be honest. So I don't think the message was sent, man. Is it similar to Try Hack Me? It's not. So it is free. Firstly, it's entirely free. it's all web app focused, so you don't, unlike Try Hack Me where you deploy rooms and you deploy servers, when you do the access to lab, it just all takes place in the web browser. So yeah, it's kind of like Try Hack Me, and it is a free place where you can actually do some hacking, but it's not. It's all web focused. All right, let's try this one. All right, so we have access to the exploit server, which means we have to use the exploit server. Login. Attach a social profile. Pizza Wiener hot dog. All right, what happened there? No problem, man. Yeah, Portswigger Web Academy is awesome. Alright, what's happening here? Use a cross-site request forwarding attack to attach your own social media profile to the admin user's account on the blog website. The admin user will open anything you send from the exploit server. Alright. So what I think we actually need to do here is do all this again, but we need to intercept everything up until this request and then generate a cross-site request forgery for this. So we'll click continue. How do I... Alright, so I'm guessing we can just attach multiple. Alright, so what I'm going to do is... I honestly think this is probably going to work, maybe. So we go engagement tools, generate cross-site request forgery. Yeah, that should work. Store. Come on, scroll down. Deliver exploit to victim. And then we view the access log. And they got... Yep, so they got the exploit. So presumably now, if I go to my account and log in with social media, no. How do you... Oh, okay, so we are... Right, okay. Let me intercept everything again. If I click attach, Right. So, if I do the intercept and click attach, this is don't want that, we want this request, right? So this request we want to send to the admin user. So we'll actually drop it. And then if we go back here, so this should still be a valid request. Deliver it to the victim. The request was dropped, that's fine. We go here, log out, log back in again, log in with social media. No. Did I accidentally not? No. Oh, I know why. Alright. I didn't include an auto submit. That's why. So they weren't doing anything. Alright, we intercept again. We forward that one. Right click, engagement tools, generate cross-site request forgery. Go to options, include auto, submit, script, regenerate. There we go. And we can close that. We can drop this request. Turn the intercept back on. Off. Right. Okay, now we can store this and then send this to the victim. And I think that should now work. Fingers crossed, eh? So if we log out, log in with social media. Yes! We got an admin panel. And then we can delete Carlos. Alright. So that one effectively abused the fact that the OAuth server delivers effectively a one-time code that links the user to their social profile, right? And so by intercepting it, this request effectively, dropping the request but making a cross-site request forgery payload out of it, we could get the admin user to visit. When they visit this page, effectively what happens is it's a JavaScript that submits this form. The form includes the URL with the code, which means it gets sent to the site, which means that our social media profile gets added to the admin's account. Which means the next time we log in, we become an admin. Alright. OAuth account hijacking via redirect URI. This is a good one. I actually found this one on a bug bounty once. That was fun. Me and a friend were on the same bug bounty. And I was like, hey, could you just visit this URL? And he was like, okay. And then I was logged into his account. Okay. We should probably read the thing. Allowed users an OAuth service to allow users to log in with a social media account. Misconfiguration by the OAuth provider makes it possible for an attacker to steal authorization codes associated with other users' accounts. To solve the lab, steal an authorization code associated with the admin user. Alright. Let's... Oops. Let's log in and see how the process works. Where are we? Alright, we'll log out. Log back in with social media. So I imagine what we have to do here is, if we send this to repeater, if we modify the redirect to example.com, it doesn't check the redirect URL basically. So again, if we log out and then intercept, we can forward those. Right, there we go. So we've got this. So now what we want to do is modify this part to include basically be our attack server. Our exploit server, sorry. Oops. And do that. And then we do, again, a cross-site request forgery, attack, auto-submit, regenerate. Drop this request, turn the intercept off. That's dropped, that's good. And then, if we store this, deliver exploit to victim. And check the access log. There we go, we get a code. Right. So now we can go back here, go to repeater, change that to there. And I think we also need to get the new session cookie. That one. Yep, okay. So now if we just go back here in our original session, not our original session, sorry. Back to there, go to home. Nope. Hang on. We are technically... Okay, so I just need to set this session cookie in the browser. So somehow it missed my session cookie, I guess. Application, cookies. There we go. Right. set that session cookie. That's a valid admin session. At least it should be. Did I mess it up already? We have the admin panel in this. Oh, okay. I guess I messed it up. Alright, I guess we can just use repeater here and go to /admin and see if that works. Alright, it doesn't. Okay, so it nuked our session. So I guess let's go to the exploit server in this other browser. All right. All right, let's log out again. I go to intercept, turn the intercept on. Go to my account, forward. Actually, shoot. We need to intercept responses as well. All right, we'll do that. Intercept. Turn it off for now. Log out. Intercept back on. Close that. Alright, there we go. Now if we go to my account, we can forward that one. Why is it not? That's better. Alright. There we go. Okay, so we need to submit this. And then not extensions, engagement tools, generate payload, regenerate, copy it back to our exploit server, deliver exploit to victim, go to the access log, there's the callback. So we can go here. Forward that. Right, okay. Hope this works now. Oh, no, okay. I'm messing up on the steps. I am doing it right. I just need to figure out. Alright, we'll log out. It's annoying that we got... That wasn't logging out. Alright, we got really far with that one. Intercept. I think I know what I did wrong though. Okay, so we'll go that. Forward, 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 forward. Alright, let's do engagement tools, generate cross-site request forgery. And go back to our exploit server, go back. Grab this again. That's not good. There we go. Okay. We need to do this. Oops. Okay. Options, or include or submit, regenerate. Now we can do it. Deliver exploit to victim. Access log. Grab this code. Okay, now if we go back here and forward it, now we want this code to be this one. I don't have to really do it in all three places, but we will. Forward. Yeah, forward and then intercept off. Ah. I guess. There we go. That's all you have to do. Alright. I was making it way too complicated. I was trying to do it all in burp. We should have just, as soon as we got the callback URL, we should have just visited it in the browser and it would have logged us in as the admin. But effectively all we were doing there was changing the redirect URI, initiating an authentication using OAuth, and then once the admin authenticates, they send the token back to our malicious server instead of the actual server, and then we just grab that and use it as the token. And it signs us in as admin. Stealing auth tokens. Alright, I guess you can try this one. I'm not sure I remember this one. Alright. This one is... Identify an open redirect on the blog website and use this to steal an access token for the admin user's account. Use the access token to obtain the admin's API key. Alright. Alright, let's API key is hidden, but it's in here. Where's the open redirect? Let's view the page source. Maybe there's something in there. All right, we'll view a blog post and see. Leave a comment. Okay, I don't see any redirects. What if I log out? Does it have a redirect there? Hey, FDSec. I don't know if this counts as an open redirect. Can we just redirect anyone here? No. Okay, that. I mean, that makes sense. Open redirect on the blog website. Okay, so nothing on this page. I mean, I guess we just try a redirect. No. Okay. No, that just redirects to... Where's the redirection? I mean, it's presumably got to be this. Let's try and... Redirect did not match any of the clients registered redirect URIs. Okay. I think maybe if we do it as a subdomain. No. Yeah, maybe the entire thing is a subdomain. There's the access token we need. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure how we get it. We thought about using the software and game development category instead. I mean, the thing is, none of the categories on Twitch make sense. There is a there's a current thing you can upvote. Maybe I can grab it actually. Where's Twitch? If you go here, you can upvote the suggestion to make a cybersecurity category, which would be super useful. Science and tech is kind of the only thing that makes sense for us right now, which is just annoying. All right. Is there an open redirect on here? I don't think so. There aren't really any tags, no. That doesn't work. Where's this open redirect? Hang on. There it is. Right. Okay, we found it. Boom. All right. Okay, so what can we do with this? Use this to steal an access token for the admin user's account. So that's the next question. How are we going to do that? I guess we can just try it. See what happens. Generate this. See what it sends us when we yeah, I'm not sure. Oops, I just... Alright, we'll deliver the exploit. We will go to the access log. They got exploit. Yeah, so attacker to leak access tokens to arbitrary pages on the client application. I've done this one before. I'm just not entirely sure what I did last time. We need to somehow maybe do this. I don't know how this helps, but I mean, that won't help, will it? Right. Okay, hang on. This will. If we use this URL in here, right? Obviously have to URL encode it. Yeah. Alright, this is what we do. So back to the exploit server. Go to my account. Freaking wait for it to load. I go to my account again. Log out. Okay. Intercept. Go to my account. That's all fine. Forward, forward, forward. Yep. Okay, here we go. Right. Now what we need to do is grab this. Stick it in there. URL encode it. Or mostly actually just URL encode this bit. I think. Nah, screw it. Well, URL encode the entire thing. That'll work. Okay, and then copy and paste. So generate cross-site request forgery token. Include auto submit. Copy this to the exploit server. Deliver exploit to victim. And access log. Yeah, that didn't work. I mean, okay, let's drop that and go here. If we do it ourselves, right? Redirect URI did not match. Okay, so we've messed up somewhere. Let's try it out on ourselves first, I guess. So, intercept, my account. Yep. 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 Skip, skip, skip. Switching protocol. Here we go. So now what we need is copy that. Go back there. Forward. It didn't work either. Can I just... let's try... Yeah, okay. Don't quite know. I don't know quite what to do then. If it's rejecting this redirect URL because so it definitely wants if you change this to anything, if you change that to callback 2, it's going to reject. No. What? Why won't that work? Post next. Does it have to have... Does it have to have OAuth callback in it somewhere? Alright, hear me out. What if we do... what if we do this and have OAuth callback on the end? So... that. No. What if we URL encode all that? But presumably this works. No, okay, that does. What's going on? Does this thing just not work now? No, that works. Can we use the next parameter just anywhere? Is that what they want us to do? Next equals /test. No, okay. Anyone in chat have any ideas? OAuth. Oops, apologize for that. Okay, what happens if we just do that? Post. That might work. So we do // and then the redirect. Which what is it? Post next path equals. Oh. Post next path equals test. Let's try this. That worked. All right. Back to exploit server. Take that. And then this. Copy URL. Yup. Alright, so now we have the problem that that's all sent with the hash. So I mean, we can actually reuse this request now. It looks like. So if I do engagement tools, generate cross-site request, include auto submit, regenerate, submit this here, deliver exploit to victim, and then go to access log. I just realized what I should actually do is put some identifier in this URL to make sure we actually know we're going here. So maybe /test1 deliver, and then if we get a request to test1, we know it worked. It did. But as you see, there aren't any there's none of these access token things, because that doesn't actually get sent to the server. So what we need to do is we need to grab some JavaScript to use some JavaScript to grab this out of the URL, and then send that separately. So let's do JavaScript get URL fragment, which is the official name, window location hash. Oh, we can use this. Nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down here. If window location hash exists, then we're going to do something here. If it doesn't, we are going to submit the form. And then Can I use fetch? I think so. JavaScript fetch. I think we can use fetch, right? Yeah, so if we like just use fetch HTTPS network error. Okay, that worked. Yeah, so we can use fetch. Okay, so what we do is we can use fetch to go to our exploit server again. This time token equals, and then we'll concatenate on the window.location.hash. I think that'll work. Let's store it. Deliver exploit to victim. Hopefully it hasn't messed up. Oh, hang on. Actually, no, it will have, because we need now to change... yeah, we need to do... /exploit, because we want it to go back to the exploit. I think. Alright, let's try this. Access log. Okay, that didn't work. You can do a JavaScript redirect though. And we should probably test this out actually to ourselves. So you can just do yeah. Let's go back. Window.location equals this. Store. And then if we go to alright, hang on, we got a problem with the redirect. Alright, yeah, we have a problem with the redirect again. Okay, so we should probably actually do this here. /exploit. Regenerate, there we go. So, yeah, I probably just messed up this bit. So I'm going to copy the form again. Alright, store. And then we'll try it again with our... it should be automatic. Alright, that's just constantly redirecting. Is it actually sending... Let's view the access log. That didn't work. /exploit. I mean, this should... Redirect goes there. Then it redirects. Why does it lose? All right, I'm gonna. Let's just trash this for now. Test store. Oh, hang on. It did do this. Okay. So window.location.hash. Oh boy. Alright, this definitely should work. Alright, here we go. Let's get rid of that push state. There must have been something happening with this potentially. All right, copy URL. Okay. So it works, it's just not sending it. Maybe it's not sending it because obviously the hash doesn't get sent. Right, oh, okay. What's JavaScript base64 encoding? Let's just base64 it. BTOA. Great, so base64, okay. So what we'll do window.location.href, right? Down here equals, and we're going to go back to /token. Sorry. Token equals plus, oops, BTOA of the window.location.hash. Alright, let's see if that works on our user. So we just need to do copy URL again, and that worked. That for sure worked. Go back to the access log and we should get our... There it is. Yes! Alright, so now if we go to Hackverter, paste this in, and do a decode on it. There it is. Okay, so now we just need to send this exploit to the victim. Okay, refresh the log page. There's their token. If we put this in here. Okay. So now we have this access token. I think, can we just use this with the... I think we can just do this. Yep. Boom. That was freaking... Whew. That was difficult. Alright, does anyone need an explanation of what we did there? A recap. That took forever. Or was everyone following along? That one had a number of steps. Finding the frickin' open redirect. Now, if you want an explanation. So we found the open redirect. Because if you go to the blog, view post, and click next down here, right at the freaking bottom, next post. It doesn't look like it does anything, but in the background, it sends this request, which obviously has a path variable, which takes anything you put there and just shoves it in a location header, which is stupid, because it means you can do this, right? You can say post next path equals our attack server, effectively, and it'll redirect to the attack server. So what you have is a URL on an authorized server, which you can use to redirect to another server, namely our server. This is important because in the auth requests, as part of the authentication, you get this redirect URI, right? Except that it checks that this host name is used, which is the site one. It also checks whether OAuth callback is in the path. So this took a little while for me to realize, but effectively, you can just do a .. All right, when a browser, or when it handles this URL, effectively, when the browser handles this URL, it'll just realize .. means, oh, okay, I should just go up a directory, so I don't actually need to visit OAuth callback. So it'll go directly to post next. At which point it goes to our exploit. So we finally, what we have is an exploit or a URL we can send our victim, which will redirect them to our site, and it appends this access token. Okay? But the way it appends it, it puts it in the URL fragment. So this hash symbol here, is the URL fragment. This does not get sent to the server. This stays client side. So even though when the redirect happens, all that information is in the browser, when you go to the server logs, it doesn't appear, right? So I think like this one, we just redirected them to /exploit. And so nothing appears there. So what we need is a way of, we need basically a two-pronged attack. We need to get them to visit that URL, which we do with just a simple cross-site request forgery. So we say, okay, we can send you to that URL. But we also want them to come back, and we need to detect whether that hash is present. And if it is, we need to redirect them somewhere else and convert that hash, right, the fragment, the URL fragment, to something we can actually record. And so in this case, all I did was I said, okay, so if you visit this exploit, if there is a hash, right, go to my exploit server root directory and set token URL parameter equal to the base 64 string of that hash, right? Otherwise, so if you don't have a hash, which is effectively when we originally give them the exploit, we just want you to submit the form, which will redirect them. So this is effectively two attacks in one HTML file. It depends on whether there's a hash in the file, which one actually executes. If there's no hash, you send them to the URL that generates the hash. If there is a hash, you redirect and record the hash, and record the hash here. So what I also realized, like way early on when we started actually doing this box, when I was looking at these requests, there was this get/me, right? Which reveals the API key. Because if you actually go to your account, your API key isn't there. So you can't just log in as the admin. But if you go to /me, it is there. /me doesn't use cookies, it uses this bearer token, which luckily is the first part of the fragment, right? Access token. So this access token we can just copy. This is the admin's one. And we shove it in this GET request. We put it here. Click send. And lo and behold, we get the admin's API key. And that was the answer. So, quite a few exploits rolled into one. The redirect... well, it depends on what redirect you mean. If you mean this post one, yeah, this shouldn't happen. This mechanism to, if we go to a blog post, this thing to go to next post is clearly designed just to take a local path and redirect them there. But they don't do a check, so you can put anything in there. So in our case, we put a URL, the full URL of our exploit server. So if they check this path, if they actually check this path variable, we wouldn't have been able to do any of this. The other thing's slightly more complicated. So with the actual authentication redirect, Yuri, it honestly depends. Some OAuth providers are very strict, and you basically have to say, yeah, this is the only URL you can accept. Others are less strict. In this case, this was a less strict one. All this wanted to know was whether we went to this hostname with OAuth callback in the path. It didn't care about anything after OAuth callback. As long as that bit was there, you're fine. Which is how we're able to actually get to the next page. So yeah, the redirect. First redirect definitely developed a mistake. The second redirect, not necessarily a developer mistake, but they should probably use strict redirect URIs. Alrighty. I've been streaming for like coming up on 3 hours, so I'm gonna sign off. But appreciate everyone joining me for this random stream. Hope everyone had fun. And yeah, I'll see everyone on Friday for Frustration Friday. Let's actually raid someone, see if anyone is anyone's streaming. MT Taggart streaming. Let's do him. Alright, there we go. We're raiding MT Taggart. Yeah, so Frustration Friday we'll be doing Advent of Cyber, and I think possibly we'll start some Active Directory stuff. I'm not very good at Active Directory, so it's going to be a learning experience for me. But given that the OSCP now has Active Directory in it, I figure it's probably a good idea to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna put my social stuff on screen. Please follow me on Twitter, join my Discord server, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you are already watching me on Twitch, please give me a follow or subscribe. That would be great. Alright guys, see you Friday. Let's raid.